What the fork just happened? If you said that at the end of The Good Place Season 1, odds are you probably said it more than once during the Season 2 premiere. And like The Good Place, I'm not gonna waste time writing words that aren't about the most surprising bits of the premiere episode, so here's your spoiler warning if you haven't caught chapters 14 and 15 yet and want to remain unspoiled. Everyone else, here's what went down. As you know if you've seen Season 1 or had it spoiled for you by overeager friends, our lead foursome, Eleanor, Chidi, Jason, and Tahani, are actually in a customized bad place, one that was specifically created by Michael, Ted Danson, to torture that quartet for eternity. Eleanor, Kristen Bell, figured it out and ruined Michael's experiment, causing him to reboot the whole thing, with permission from his boss Sean, played by Mark Evan Jackson. Only Michael didn't account for Eleanor shoving a note to herself. Eleanor find Chidi, in the mouth of The Good Place's celestial Siri Janet, Darcy Carden. Season 2 details the rise and fall of Michael's experiment. Again. The hour-long episode, which you can watch on Hulu right now, shows our rebooted heroes acclimating to Michael's fresh new brand of hell. Instead of making all of them soulmates with each other, the fatal flaw in his first experiment, he split them all apart and placed them in adjacent hells. Eleanor's is similar to the status quo of Season 1, she's a horrible person that knows she's in the good place by accident, and her torture comes from having to keep that secret to herself for fear of being sent to the bad place. Her soulmate is a super hot guy who has been instructed to rip off his shirt and hit the gym every time Eleanor tries to confide in him. Michael chose to torture the indecisive philosophy professor Chidi, William Jackson Harper, by giving him not one, but two potential soulmates. One is the obvious winner, a woman that's engaging and loves philosophy as much as Chidi, and the other is kind of a dud. Chidi does the unexpected when, after going on dates with both of them, he begrudgingly starts to make the obvious choice, and then Michael busts in and tells him that there was a mistake and the dud is really his soulmate. Vain socialite and showy philanthropist Tahani, Jamila, has a pretty aggressive version of hell. She's stuck in a tiny house with a soulmate that's a foot shorter than her and absolutely despises material possessions. Tahani goes to a social function wearing cargo pants and a jean jacket. Floridian drug dealer and wannabe DJ Jason, Manny Jacinto, is once again trapped in the role of a silent monk named Gianni, and this time around his soulmate isn't Tahani, it's another silent monk, really one of Michael's demon underlings assigned the role of a monk, that's been told to be Jason's shadow. Jason doesn't have a butthole full of video games and potato chips this time around. He just has his yurt, a bike, and a pesky soulmate. If all of this sounds awful, it is. The four leads are miserable for the entire hour, and the premiere darts back and forth through the first day in this new experiment, kinda like how Lost covered the same ground repeatedly from different points of view, albeit it's less frustrating here. There's just one major difference. That forking note. Eleanor gets the note and tries to find out what a Chidi is. Her mission takes up so much of her attention that she doesn't get drunk at the big welcome party, which derails Michael's plan for her to embarrass herself. And when Chidi realizes that the note was written on paper from one of his philosophy books, he gets invested in the mystery. In the end, the entire premiere acts as all of Season 1 condensed into 1 hour. The episode ends with, once again, all four of the leads in Eleanor's home, yelling about how miserable the good place is making them. Eleanor figures it out once again, and then bam, Michael reboots the whole thing again. But there's a new wrinkle this time around. Big Boss Sean told Michael that there wouldn't be a third time, and that he'd be in big trouble if his big plan got botched again. Michael rebooted his experiment without Sean's permission, meaning he's now got a major secret to hide from his boss, his underlings that forking hate doing all this acting instead of, just setting people's souls on fire, and for humans that are way more clever than Michael bargained for. How long will the third version of this experiment last? Will Eleanor, Chidi, Jason, and Tahani get all their memories back from the first experiment? Will the underlings revolt? Will we see the medium place again? And just how afraid of Sean is Michael? The Good Place has set up a lot of new questions, and, if Season 2 is anything like Season 1, we should have answers pretty soon, along with plenty of new cues.